Right, guys, welcome to what I haven't pointed out to these guys yet. It's the 7th episode of us being on YouTube. Seven episodes, and we haven't been kicked off, and we haven't been drone striked. Well, Kate, that's all your side of the water, but
We've still got time before the end of this show before somebody hits that red button, though, you know.
yeah.
And
Right,
I'm
here's
on
the deal.
about the drone strike, not
The
getting
first
cut off.
person, the first person to swear during this show, right?
Kate.
No.
I reckon it was Kate. But Kate's got the worst swear words in the world. That's the most annoying part. He comes out with some really horrible things, and then you're like, he said
Oh,
that.
I said the B word last time, and I
Did
caught
you?
myself last show. I said B-I, and I said the rest. Can't say the rest because of
You
what's
called me-
going on. No,
You
remember
called me a
you?
P. No, you called me a P something once. Let's not go there. on
Oh, I
that.
called you a pedo that one time.
Yeah,
That's
that one
hard.
time.
That's not a bad word. That's just saying you're really skeevy. I mean,
Oh, that's like saying, Morris, I'm going to make sure you go to prison for 8 years for something that's actually really
well,
don't do.
I apologize for that. I do.
I
Will
don't accept your apology at all. I hate you.
Oh, come on, Mo.
Anyway,
Dude,
7
you and I-
episodes, I think we've done pretty well, don't you?
Oh, you can go. Yeah, we have
Hair
actually
of
done
women.
really well. Oh
God.
my god, we've lasted this long. That's impressive. Well, anyway, yeah, back to what I was actually starting to say, and when you just sort of get caught on the back foot, which is the story of my life.
You go on
Well-
a tangent, you mean? Yeah.
I hate you. Yeah. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Beyond the White Noise Paranormal. We're a video cast or a vidcast, and the one thing I have talked to these guys about, but I haven't really mentioned so far, is we're also now going to be a podcast. We've got all our shows are archived and releasing them piece by piece. So 3 at a time for the first 7 shows. So the first 3 are up. They're on iTunes. Go and grab them. If you don't really care, then so not my fault. Nevertheless, right, let's do it the proper way. This is Aaron.
Hey.
I'm sorry about that. That's Kate.
Huh?
He's so fat his hat stays wonky. Look at that. Can't even go on his head straight. Let's not swear. And we've got our guest, Gary Fisher, legendary gentleman. But before we come to you, Gary, we're going to go into the news, and I want to make sure that
It's Fred Durst, look.
oh, it's not Fred Durst. It's like three Fred Durst who've merged into one big fat Fred Durst.
Yeah,
Oh,
keep
it did?
going, Mo. Keep going. Stop trying to hit on me and just keep on moving, okay? Because that's basically what it's sounding like.
Why low? I'm not saying nothing, dude.
Dude, your bald spot. I will say you do got a bald spot. But keep going. And you got a little dog, so that makes I don't know what to think of you now.
Do you know what? Do you know my little dog? He'd chew you to pieces. I swear.
I know you probably hump my leg till it falls off, but
No, you're not Winnie the Pooh. He's got this thing for Winnie the Pooh doll. It's just natural. He's like, hey there, how you doing? No, next minute. Where's your Winnie the Pooh doll? He's looking at me now as if to say I won. Nevertheless, Adam, what's your week been up to anyway?
Not a lot, really. First things first, though, who's missed me? Come on. No one, right, okay.
Sorry, missed who? You gone?
Yeah. I needed a bit of sleep, so that's what I done.
No, you hibernated. There's a difference. Sleep
Well,
is for
yeah.
a few hours.
No, I do like to live in a cave. It's I call it the Bat Cave. Oh, sugar. Everyone knows my identity now.
Oh, I'll tell you something legendary in a minute.
Yeah. Other than that, it's I've been accosting people.
Cool.
Trying to get them onto the show and be in
I
the
thought you were
same
gonna say
position that Gary's in. Sitting there nervously waiting, wondering what we may or may not have up our sleeve.
Uh-oh.
Aaron grooms people.
I've got short sleeves on, and the only thing's up them are my arms. So, yeah. Other than that, I've been all right. What about you, Mo?
Oh my God, I have.
Okay, how about you, then, Kate?
No.
Okay. Anyhow, I've been actually not abusing Mo. That's pretty much it.
That's
right
kind
there.
of rare.
What? Not abusing you?
Yeah.
Dude, we have had so many shows where we have gone back and forth, to the point of taking pokes. But work, dude, just work and stuff like that. While Mo's been setting up his little game he wants to play tonight, which I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna let him kind of he got excited like a schoolgirl. He might as well have had a dress on. He was going like this.
I have
Like a
got a dress
giddy
on.
little schoolgirl. And for some reason, Aaron looked turned on, so I'm having a hard time tonight. Okay.
Giggly.
Diggly, diggly, diggly. Okay, my week's... Go ahead, Mo.
I was just want to say, just one thing to point out: you don't have to keep the game a secret when I've actually put it into the title of the show.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Yeah. Go on. Sorry. Go.
How are you, Gary?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Getting a little.
I can see Gary. Gary's looking at. He's looking at you, and he's looking at the timeline. I can just see him go. Oh my god. Gary, do you know what I said? This was sort of like a professional setup.
Yeah.
It's just literally a setup. This is the best analogy I can give you is when gypsies tarmac a road or tarmac your driveway with 2.5 millimeters of tarmac. That's this show.
Aaron's like, hold on, that's how I'm paying for Disney.
No, that's my tax fiddle, that mate.
Adam likes dags.
His dag.
He's
gonna be selling
dags.
Yeah, I like my dags.
His dags.
Like my dags.
Oh well, can I just reiterate on my week, which is really comedy.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd done that.
Oh, I thought you did it, dude.
Dude, I took my son to prison. That was kind of good.
What?
Took Reese to jail. I just thought I could, so I did. You know, in town, in our city centre, we've got a place called St George's Hall, and it's got prison cells underneath. And I took my 6-year-old son there. And do you know when you think something's a good idea, you're like, yeah, that'll be good. And then you go in there. No, you've got the creepy sounds of people banging on the cell bars, like they've got audio playing, and it's like, is anybody there? Clink, clink, clink. And Reese is going, my son, he's going, Dad, I don't like this. Like, it's cool, don't worry, you with me. He's like, but no, I really don't like this. And we went down a little bit further, and they've got like a whipping stand where you get tied to it and get whipped, like proper 50 Shades of Grey.
Rest of the day.
No, I walked over to it and went, Reese, do you know what this is? He went, what is it? I went, where you go when you're naughty, you get whipped there. He's like, Dad, please, we need to go. Dad, we need to go now. I was like, why? I'm naughty a lot. Let's go.
Oh,
so oh my god, it was funny. But yeah, I go there, and the instant you go to a place like that, if you're interested in the paranormal, the first thing you're thinking is, shall I get my camera phone out? And then that means I'm going against everything I hate. People using camera phones to snap paranormal images and the likes. And, oh my god, it was funny, but I'm glad I walked away from it like without my son tearing my face off trying to get away in utter fear. But yeah, between that absolute debauchery and the Charlie challenge taking over the internet like a Kim Kardashian backside picture, I don't know what else there is. There's nothing else. It's over.
Well, we got some pretty good news though from the LatinPost.com. Believe it or not, kind of odd when I saw LatinPost.com and I saw this article go together. So I want to read this real quick. We all know about The Exorcist, right? We're all familiar with the movie The Exorcist.
Yes.
And we all know the background. And it was a guy, little kid from Maryland, forced out to St. Louis for his exorcism. But in the movie, it was filmed in Washington D.C. Here it goes. It says, and then they're going to tie The Exorcist into the government. It says the Exorcist controversy film used tactics previously. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, previously. I'm sorry. It's one of those things they shoot an ad across it. Previously tested by U.S. government to scare audiences. When The Exorcist was released in 1973, the film scared audiences so bad that people were fainting, vomiting, reporting terrifying nightmares. But the real question here is, why did this happen? Considering there have been equally scarier films and stories told on screen before it. According to the movie pilot, the Academy Award-winning film director William Friedkin and screenwriter William Peter Blatty used a few familiar tactics to increase in the film. It would be worth noting that Blatty, who also wrote the novel of the same name in 1971, previously had served in policy branch chief of the U.S. Air Force. Gary, there you go. And their psychological warfare division. That basically means that on top of creating special effects, propaganda in warfare situations, he also chief of a division that studied the effects of psychological tactics on the people, especially negative effects. Now that is cool. Now knowing that, I think, is very cool. Aaron, I'll explain it slowly to you. What they did. Okay, good. You understood it. That's as far as I got.
Put it in crayon, I'll get it.
Right, oh my god. Can we do like a little screenplay? Just for Adam? No, you wouldn't get that either. Leave it there. Let's move on.
He's alright over there in America, mate. I can be at your house in 10 minutes and everyone will see me bitch whipping you up and down your house.
You knocked it out door.
I thought we were cursing tonight. Oh well.
Oh god,
no, I meant figuratively, as in the female dog. So I'm good.
Awkward.
I would not beat you to death with your female dog.
That's a male dog.
It's a dag.
Yeah, well, it sounds female.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't have a dog. I have a dag, dude.
Dude, my dog spends more time riding Winnie the Pooh around like a Blackpool donkey.
Dude, that video was epic, by the way, you put up.
I thought you needed it.
Oh, that was the funniest
Let's have it
video.
like though, lads. It's sort of bordering on bestiality.
No, it's not.
A little bit, yeah.
No, only for Kate.
See, look, you're saying
No, but
no.
Mo was the one all proud of it. Mo kept chasing the dog around, filming it like close-ups. He pulled back a little bit.
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again, you know.
Got it. He's there. Oh. There it goes. Right. Oh my God. Chris, I'm going to ask you 2 questions now, right? They may be related. How long ago was The Exorcist filmed in Washington?
It was filmed, I think, 73.
Hey, Marsha.
How old were you when it was filmed, Kate?
2 years old.
Has anybody else noticing a pattern here?
I'm sorry?
Is anybody else noticing a pattern?
Kate the Exorcist.
Kate.
No. Well, if I am the Exorcist, I'm proud. I haven't got any residual, any money from it, but you know, I've taken pictures down the stairs. I live 15 minutes from the stairs where the priest falls, and you know everybody goes running over, and he's dead. So basically, right there.
Thank you for ruining it for people who haven't seen The Exorcist. You've just told them what happened. Oh my God! You haven't seen any other films you want to ruin for us, have you? Now he's ignoring us.
All right, let's focus. Let's jump. We got to jump back. Let's move back to Gary.
Okay, then, Kate, go on. Move back. Jump on Gary.
Gary, paranormal.
Yes.
In military paranormal. How long have you actually been into the paranormal? Whether it's investigating, whether it's actually reading about it or watching it on TV, or what kind of got you basically into paranormal and to create a group or to be you're a co-creator, right, of Proof? And,
not of Proof, but my prior group, yeah.
Your prior group, okay. So how did you get involved in it?
I had an experience when I was 11 years old. Lived in a house with just my mom and I had gotten up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, and I saw a reflection. We had one of those big giant console TVs that reflected into our kitchen, and I saw the shadow of a person walking around in the kitchen. My mom was famous for getting up and, eating snacks in the middle of the night, ice cream and whatever. So I said, oh, Mom's just getting herself, a snow cone, and went into the bathroom, and her bedroom was off the bathroom, and I heard her snoring. So then as an 11-year-old kid, my first thought isn't there's something paranormal going on here. I think, holy crap, somebody's in my house. So I grab my ball bat, run around the corner into the kitchen. There's nobody there. House is locked up tight. I went out front, went out back, nobody there. So I told my mom the next day, hey, this is what I saw, and she smiled at me because this was in the late 80s. And she said, I believe you, but probably not a good idea to say anything. Because back then, if you told people you believed in ghosts or saw a ghost, they told you were freaking crazy. So
they tell you that now, though, as well, don't they? So
it wasn't in my family. And I told her what happened. And she said, yeah, you're not the 4th person that's experienced that, because somebody that had lived there before, an old man, was famous for getting up and eating snacks in the middle of the night in that kitchen, and one night he got up and had a heart attack and died. So
in your house?
4 of the people, yeah, in the house. So I was like the 4th tenant that had seen this shadow figure.
Do you think that might have been like a warning sign then, or?
I think he was telling me, hey, the kitchen's mine in the evening. Stay out.
Better than putting a padlock on the fridge door, isn't it?
Exactly. So, that spurred my interest. And, of course, back then there weren't any TV shows. So started reading books on ghosts and kids and UFOs and whatnot. And then it wasn't until I was stationed in Mississippi, ghost hunters had just become real popular. And I decided to quit playing soccer. I'd played soccer for like 30 years and decided I needed a new hobby. And I was really interested in this. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see if any of the local groups need anybody. Gave them a call. It was the Mystic Mississippi Paranormal Society, founded by Terry Sweeney. I said, hey, just out of the blue, would you guys mind if I came out with you to see if this is something I really wanted to do? Because I think I'm developing a passion for it. And God bless him. He took a shot on somebody with no experience. He said, why don't you come out and do an investigation with us? We'll see if we like you. You see if you like us, and we'll take it from there. So I'm thinking, okay, I've seen ghost hunters. We'll go do somebody's house, right? No, they take me to an abandoned hospital in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It's like 6 stories.
I know what you're talking about.
And it is completely off the chart haunted. So from right there, I was hooked. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I was with Mystic until I got stationed in South Korea. And, of course, you go to South Korea, and there's no ghost hunting groups there because, spirits are thought of in different parts of the world differently than they are here in the States and probably in Western Europe, where Mo and Aaron are at. So I said, you know what, I'm going to form my own group. So I got with a buddy of mine that I worked with that had some similar views on the paranormal, and we founded Osan Paranormal Investigations. And we did some investigations on the Air Force Base over there. And then, unfortunately, my time came. I had to get orders to Florida. So I got to Florida, and at that point, I just wasn't ready and willing to invest the time to restart a group. So I wanted to find a group that had a really good reputation, and I found Proof. And been with them ever since. I'm a senior investigator and a case manager. Do whatever they ask me to do. So that's kind of how it brings me here today with you guys.
That's actually really it's a good little path you've taken. The one thing I do have to ask you though, and it's totally unrelated to the paranormal, right? Were you disappointed when they moved you to Florida, or were you really, really pleased to be disappearing from one place and ending up in what might as well be classed as tropical?
Tampa, Florida is nice. I like it here.
Yeah.
It gets a little humid and a little warm, but I grew up in Arizona where it's really warm, not so humid, but really warm. And I've spent time in the Middle East with the military, and it was extremely hot there. So
yeah.
Well,
it doesn't bother me so bad.
Well, the way I look at it with Florida, you get enough old people and death down there, you can investigate anywhere, dude.
It's true. It's very true.
Can I just ask Gary? I've had a message come through off one of our superstar guests. He's been on a few times, Ed Becker. He wants to know whether or not you've read True Haunting.
I have not.
Oh.
So I think his next question might be, are you going to?
Absolutely.
It's guns big. And saying that, you got an army. You win. Sorry, Ed.
Ed's got a big gun. Gary gets a plane.
Yeah, absolutely. No, unfortunately, right now I'm full-time college in addition to working and doing the paranormal. So my ability to read up on there's a lot of books by authors concerning the paranormal that I want to get caught up on. But I've got a couple more classes I got to finish first.
So that's going to bring me to another question here then, Gary. How do you find time to do all this? Because you've got your day job, which is the day job, I suppose, in the Air Force. You're case manager with Proof. You've got your college, and everything else in the middle.
Well, unfortunately, the one thing that suffers is sleep sometimes, and you got to have an awesome support system. My wife, my family support me 110% doing this. Not only the hours invested in the investigation, because we cover the whole state of Florida, so that can be, and we're in the middle of the state, so to go north is 4 or 5 hours, to go south is 4 or 5 hours if we have cases down there. And then, of course, all your time, with evidence review and whatnot. I wouldn't be successful without their support.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a lot of understanding, doesn't it? I mean, my missus is quite good with it because she's interested in the paranormal also. Also, it gives you a break away from me for a good few hours.
This is true.
You
Very
guys are
true.
lucky. My wife like kind of hopes I fall down a hole or something. That's the reason she goes, "Good luck. Don't worry. You don't need batteries in your torch. Just
To
good
be
luck."
fair, Mo, she's not the only one that hopes you fall down a hole, is she? How many times have we said on investigations, yeah, Morris is going to fall over here?
Statistically, I do fall over, but in saying that, the last 2 attempts, Groot fell over. One of our old team members, Brad, he fell down a hill, and Steve fell onto one of my cameras. He's the gentleman who's taking care of the chat room at the moment. He actually literally fell onto my camera. I was in one of those positions where you go, "Oh, Steve fell over. Oh, my camera. Which one do I run to? I hope my camera's okay."
This is the same Steve that's running the chat room, by the way.
Yeah.
Like this, boom, straight
Yeah.
down, face plant, great.
Oh God.
But it does take a lot of support, doesn't it? I know Morris is in a similar position to me, where his missus just basically kicks him out the house and can't wait to get rid for a good few hours. My missus is the same. We creep in at early hours in the morning. We're dressed in all black. In Morris's case, he carries quite a lot of bags, so he lives in a bit of a dodgy area anyway. So another burglar wouldn't really be on this. It'd be undetected.
Do you know what? I just can't wait for that one day we get pulled over by the police and they ask us what about. Why have you got so many cameras and tripods?
Gary,
well, go ahead, Kurt.
No, it's all you, man.
I was just saying, I live on base, so coming in at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, wearing all black, I get some looks like, "Where have you been and what have you been up to?" You tell them, "Oh, I hunt ghosts," and they smile and they go, "Oh, okay, have a good night."
Have you ever been tempted to creep up round where the sensory point is and just get it? No, you wouldn't be. Yeah.
I'd rather not get shot. No.
Yeah.
Do you know if you ever decide to hunt ghosts with a grenade? I want to see the video.
Absolutely.
That's a plan. That's
absolutely.
A couple of landmines or something like that. Go for it.
Absolutely.
But no, do you know? Do you on base, do people understand what you do, or do they sort of look at you like a leper, or do they just leave you to it?
No, for the most part, it's been a very positive response. And, I say this, paranormal TV shows catch a lot of flack for giving the field a bad name, and rightfully so in a lot of cases. Yeah. But I think without the advent of these paranormal shows, it wouldn't be as socially acceptable for us to do what we do, and for people to be willing to talk and share experiences and ask for help without them being on TV and being so popular.
Oh, that's totally appreciative of that.
That said, there, I was reading through a little something earlier on to do with a couple who had appeared on the TV on Ghost Adventures. The headline for it is "Paranormal Television Changes a Couple's Life." So that got the better of me. It was like, ooh, was it good or was it bad? Turns out it wasn't too bad for them because they were already a group.
Sure.
And they'd gone pretty quiet. Cops.
You know what I've run into from that is there's a lot of places here, and even in the Tampa area, that are notoriously haunted. That before they were on Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters, you could get in right away and investigate. And now they want $1,500 a night to do it just because they've been on TV. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
We went to
you're not anymore haunted because of that.
We did the Lemp Mansion, and we had to get a room, and we took the room with the guy just blew his brains out, of course, and blew his dog's head off. And we set that up, but we noticed also they had ghost tours going on. So we're going, hold on, this would be funny. Let's take the CCTV cameras, put it down there, and watch them walk by, and just sit in the room and laugh while we have cameras going everywhere else. And
there's a Cuban club here in Tampa that's notoriously haunted, and it is very expensive and very tough to get into. We lucked out. A local news crew a couple Halloweens ago wanted to do a story on a ghost hunting group. So they got us in there, but the same type of deal. We're in the middle of an investigation, and here comes the Ybor District ghost hunting tour right in the middle of our investigation. And it's like, what do? We didn't pay to investigate there. It's not like we can throw our feet down and go stop. We had to wait for them to move on through, and that's why I don't like going on a lot of these, like, where all the para-celebrities are at Pennhurst or whatever, because it's just such a cluster and a gaggle. You're not going to get any good evidence out of there.
No, I totally agree. We've been on events in the past, me and Adam, on our team on this side. We've used other people's when there've been events, we've gone in and said, "Listen, guys, we'll come to the events, but do us a favour, we're going to go left, you go right, and leave us alone. And most of the groups we've done that with have been cool. They've been
They've
perfectly
been
fine.
great over that, haven't they? I mean, obviously, we've still got to pay our way.
Yeah, of course.
But it's nowhere near. I mean, the one place that we did do that we done well out of that, really, didn't we? Was an orphanage in Liverpool where we live.
Yeah.
And it's about the same price for an event in there. It's about 1,500 quid.
Yeah, but the thing about it though with
Like,
you
I think
guys,
Yeah.
£40.
but the thing about it with you and Mo, Aaron, you guys just some reason have it better, I think, in the UK than we do in the US.
But that's
I mean,
in the UK,
honestly,
yeah.
I mean, with certain, the history. I mean, how far back it goes, how brutal it was, and yeah, we had the Civil War, we had the Revolutionary War. I mean, I do battlefield investigations. Yeah, those are sketchy. Wait till they chase you down for those. Been busted almost once for a couple of them, but but you guys have it great, I think, in the UK.
The reason,
I don't know. There's something about it.
The reason being, mate, is simply because if you look at the size of the UK as opposed to America, we're just a tiny little island bobbing along in the sea, mate. Whereas you've got all that big bits of greenery and things like that. By the time we've gone up and down the country, I mean, listen to what Gary said. Go north up the state, it takes 5 or 6 hours. Going south, about the same. That's our country.
Yeah, that's us done.
Our country's about the same size as Florida.
Do you know what the funniest part
Wow.
about it? The funniest part about Britain is, without Britain, obviously, without sounding rude, guys, without Britain, there'd be no colonization in America. You've got a lot to thank us for, because there would be no civil war. You wouldn't have a load of people dead, and you'll be able to investigate the dead people. So see what we did for you there. That was kind of impressive.
We appreciate that.
Anytime.
We'd be Spaniards, you bastard. That's
Oh, there we go.
the way it
You were the
is.
first. You were the first.
No, you weren't. You said female dog. I'm not even going to swear.
Oh!
I'll try my
Oh,
hardest.
I apologize.
It's not a
I
swear, is it? If it's on about a female dog.
Yes, that
I
was funny.
apologize about that. I apologize.
Well, I would like to thank you guys for having me be your last guest, because it sounds like you're going to get kicked off.
Yeah.
It's all Kurt's fault as well.
Nah, don't blame me on this one, son.
All right. Adam, it could just all be a sunglasses situation, you know. You just throw a pair of sunglasses on and nobody would be any the wiser.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll just edit it out later.
Yeah, why not?
And talking about locations, though, guys,
Yes.
obviously being in the military, I've been lucky in the fact that I've been able to secure 3 different Air Force bases to do investigations on, and I don't think just anybody out the street could probably make that happen, because I assume the risk, I assume the responsibility for my team. If anything goes wrong, it's pretty much my rear end. So.
Well, yeah, because you've got your ID card. They'll know instantly who you are, won't they? So they pull your papers up and.
And there's a
back to
huge
hell,
approval process. You got to go through many different levels to even get, civilians access on the base at that time of night, and then to be in a building where you're not supposed to be, you got to get the security forces, the military police, and let them know that you're supposed to be in the building at that time of night. And
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of resistance from the MP then?
no, thankfully, like I said, the 3 bases that I've done have been great. They've given me a lot of support. It's taken some time, but I've not met any resistance whatsoever. So
That's good.
I mean, from my point of view, I mean, obviously I don't know nothing like that because I've never been in any of the armed forces. Now I think it might have been. I don't know. It's just maybe the way my brain works. It'd probably be easier getting the okay from the higher uppers on the base and the MPs being a little bit fussy about things. Or have I got that wrong and it's the other way around?
it's the other way around.
He's free. Oh, he's frozen. Oh,
Honest.
yeah. So someone broke you there for a second, and it's continued to break him. But nevertheless, there is one question I'm going to ask him when we can eventually get him back on. With regards to Pearl Harbor, are you back on now, Gary?
I'm back. Sorry.
Good. No, you sort of froze out for a second there.
Can you start that all again?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Yeah, Smarties or something.
No, to answer your question, Aaron, the higher ups are usually the ones that takes more approval, and then once you get their approval, the cops are good with it.
So it's just basically, listen, I'm the head honcho, you're gonna do what I say, and it just follows it down the chain of command then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you know,
So, can I just ask though before? Sorry, Morris. You know, have you ever been tempted to jump in one of the fighter jets and try and scope out possible locations from in the skies? Because
Are you meant it's not
mate,
that thought,
oh no, mate. Seriously, for me, I'd be looking, going, I could, I really could.
They're very cool to look at. Can't say the thought hasn't crossed my mind, but they're extremely well guarded, and I like my job and my life, so it's not really worth the investment.
No,
Yeah,
it'd
totally agree.
be a good way to go, though, really, wouldn't it?
Right, I've got a
You
question
make a
for
lot
you.
of news, yes, sir.
Right, and this is more with regards to Pearl Harbor. Would you believe? Just being that you're military, I noticed Ghost Hunters done investigation of Pearl Harbor about 3 or 4 years ago, and I looked when it was happening. I was thinking, and it was the same as if somebody done the World Trade Centers. I just think maybe there is such thing as going too far, and I think investigating the Pearl Harbor may have been a bit too far. What's your opinion on that?
You know, someone asked me that question a couple weeks ago, and I look at it like this. You know, if someone down the street from me is involved in, let's say, a terrible double, triple homicide,
Yes.
I'm not going to go knocking on the door a week later going, hey, can I come in and see if you have any ghosts? But if you think about it, anywhere you have a spirit means somebody died there.
Yes.
And as long as you're treating them all with respect and there has been enough time, you know, I wouldn't go in on September 12th asking to investigate Ground Zero.
Yeah.
But maybe 10 years later, yeah, probably. I think enough time's passed. So that's kind of how I approach it.
Gary, because I know, you know, there's a lot of people in America who was, and rightly so, you know, they're still very touchy over 9/11, and it's something personally that I wouldn't want to get involved in on that side.
Well,
I wouldn't want
I kind
to
of look at it like this. I think part of my job as a paranormal investigator is helping people. Now, whether that be the people that are living or the people that are dead, maybe there's a message that they want to get across that they're not able to get across, where by me being there with my equipment, I'm able to get it and maybe get it to a family member. You know, so it's all in how you look at it. I wouldn't, like I said, I think there needs to be time. What that time is, I think is on a case-by-case basis. But as long as you go in respecting the fact that somebody died there, I think you're okay.
Yeah, we know of an individual who tried to investigate where the Ripper killings happened. I think it was Meadows. And I'll stick to my guns on this. As good as it would be to investigate somewhere like that, for me, I do think that sometimes there is a bit of a line to cross. If somebody dies and it's not in a brutal manner, then I understand if you want to go and look at that. But sometimes there must be a line you can't cross.
But think about this too, Mo. That's actually a great point you made. Think about suicides. I mean, you go to a house for suicides. I mean, what's the difference of somebody hanging themselves or somebody getting shot in a home invasion? They're both dead. And you're going to go investigate, you know, at that point. And I was involved in one, I'm not going to say who, what, where, when, why, about an investigation when I was supposed to be doing something during it. And I questioned it. I mean, what you were saying, I kind of questioned.
Yeah.
I was like, is this right or is this wrong? And
I know what you're talking about.
You know who we're talking about. And I'm not going to say names, but at the time I was thinking, you know, something about this isn't right. You know, I don't know, man.
Well, you know, Kurt, if you run into that situation and you're questioning it or someone else is questioning it and you're making you think, maybe it's best to just back off because of it. You know, something. You got to be true to yourself at the end of the day. And if you get done with it and go, man, I just don't feel right about this, well, then it probably wasn't worth it anyway.
Yeah, it was actually out of London. I was the one doing a live deal, but it wasn't. It just didn't feel right. You know, I mean, it just didn't feel copacetic. You know, like I don't know. I don't know.
I get what you mean. You see, there's one thing every day when I walk to work, I walk past the tree. And the tree in 2009 or 2010, a young lady hung herself in the tree. As far as I'm aware, I'm not going to mention many names in case, I mean, the possibility of anybody who's watching, but it was a fight over a lost lover. I think her boyfriend and her boyfriend split up. She just went a bit
too lally.
It just took it too far, sadly, and obviously she hung herself and there's flowers strapped to a tree. Now, me and Adam have been to investigations where we've been to places where people have killed themselves. Been to places where people have died. We've been to places where there's been satanic rituals and there's blood on the floor, and you're thinking to yourself, right? should, and this is going back to what you've just said then, Gary, there is a case-by-case basis. There has to be, because I'd never in a month of Sundays ever go to that tree with any piece of equipment. I wouldn't even waste my time taking a camera. I just think, respect-wise, you couldn't do it. But
yeah, I mean, there's other cases like that, isn't there? I mean, there's one in the heart of everybody that lives in Liverpool. Football, you know, or soccer disaster.
Anfield.
It was the Hillsborough disaster. You know, you'd have to be personally.
you'd have to be a special.
That's a boundary for me. There's no way I could be so heartless or soulless to go and say, listen, you know, any chance of letting us in with a bit of equipment and having because it's.
Well, there was, to tie into what Aaron's saying, which is so true. There's a guy when Sandy Hook Elementary took place, when the guy went in and shot all the little kids.
Yeah.
There was an investigator that came out on Facebook.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Who's up? And he happens to have the same first name as me, and I'm just like denying. He actually said who is up for an investigation of Sandy Hook. People went nuts.
Yeah, he said it was to help the families.
Yes, it was to help the family.
He initially said it to a newspaper and said it will help the families. And you know, when you just think there's a special type of hell for people like you, and let's hope God.
He needs to be hurt. I'm sorry, he needs to be dropped or something.
I think the only person that wanted any help out of that was his bank balance, hoping he'd get himself on the TV with the likes of.
Yeah.
No, I won't say no names. I don't fancy being sued.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time, there's a place, and there's certain ones that, for whichever reasons, you should never do. That being one of them.
If you're questioning it or someone else is questioning it, walk away. It's not worth it. There's other places to investigate.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, so what's probably the best one that you've investigated? That from your own personal opinion. This could be absolutely any. You said South Korea and places like that. So
yeah,
it's a bit of a tough one, but
it's a tie. Honestly, there's an abandoned armory in Amory, Mississippi, where there's a reported Civil War ghost that.
I'm starting to think it's me. You know, every time I ask him a question, he freezes.
I know what it is. It's the Florida weather. He's freezing it deliberately so he can go and get himself a nice cold drink. That's all it is. I mean, let's focus on him. Oh no, we can't. The screen goes black when you do it. Oh, there it is. Hello again. Are you back again? Are you back again, or is this just a shadow of you?
Is this the real Gary or
there
the
you
ghost
go.
Gary? All right,
I think I'm back. How much of that did you guys get?
None.
It's
a tie.
None of it?
Aaron?
Awesome.
Aaron, I want you from now on. I want you to ask.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'll ask Gary.
All right, yeah, let me follow it up real quick. It's a tie between an abandoned armory in Mississippi and a abandoned mental hospital in just north of Miami, Florida. So, yeah, I've experienced a lot in both locations.
Cool. Also, his question now, I've just been thinking, right, Kurt, Aaron's muted you, by the way, so if you're wondering why you're silent, it's because he's, just keep yourself muted, that's not a problem. So for the next question, where technology is concerned, I mean, I know by the sounds of it, you've got a bit of a tech background nevertheless, whether it's just due to work or whether it's due to a personal interest, but do you believe more in the I'll use my own sensors, or do you believe more in the I'll use equipment methods? Which way is the best for you?
You know, it's a combendation. It really
I knew
is.
You'd say that.
I don't believe in one or the
knew you.
other. And I'm not trying to be politically correct here. I when I first got in, I was totally scientific, all the equipment, and as I've grown an investigator, been around other investigators that I've learned from, I always say there's no experts in the paranormal. There's just experienced people. So people that I learned from, whose brains I pick, start teaching me about, hey, your body is a piece of equipment too, and so I'm able to combine that. I think I get the most information coming into me, most information to process that way.
No, it's a good way. It's a really good way of looking at it. If my body was a piece of equipment, it'd be faulty and waiting to be returned back to the store it was bought from. But then,
exactly.
He did that, or a kebab skewer.
Yeah,
a kebab skewer.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, knowing that there's no professionals in the paranormal field, I can totally agree with you on that one, because nobody, as I've always said, what we do is we sit in the dark and chase shadows with cameras. I mean, until such a time as you get some concrete proof, the most nerve-wracking things I've ever seen when I've been on an investigation, personally, has been decayed buildings. Again, as I said before, blood on the floor, and loads of satanic symbols all over the room in a nurse's home, and you're thinking that's pretty much the worst of what I've seen.
Well, you know, that armory in Mississippi that I spoke of, we went a bunch of times with my group there, and we had a lot of decent results, and it was good information. We went in one night, and evidently the night before, there was a satanic ritual done there. There was a pentagram and candles and all types of stuff, animal blood, and the experience that night was off the chart, just dark, just like I didn't even want to be there. It totally changed the energy of the place for a while. And we went back a couple times, and it was still that way. And then finally, it started to clear back up to the way it was before. So it's
massively unnerving when you go to a place like that, and you think, what must be going through that idiot's mind who was here before, painting pentagrams on walls, and just, you know, why would you do it? I don't understand it. Why would you? This is me being an idiot now myself, saying, why would you try and call upon something? I think it's stupid. I think if something is there, why would you put yourself into a conscious position where you're going to start screaming, hi, person?
Do you believe? But it depends. Do you believe in it or not? I mean, when you went across it, Mo, we discussed it, you know, and you showed me the pictures, and you know, I was like, wow. But see, I'm going to have a different reaction when I see it, I think, than when you saw it. You know, maybe it's because of our belief system, or so I might be like, wow, that's pretty crazy cool, but still pretty crazy cool, but that's all I'll give it. But you know what I'm saying? It becomes
the part that bugs me too is another part that I love about this is the history of places, and I feel like they're decorating the history of a place by spray painting and dumping stuff all over. You know,
we've got a building local to where we are now, and they do paranormal event nights, and anybody can go there if you've got a torch, effectively, and you pay about £50-60 to go in there, and then you go and investigate. The next morning, what they do is they come through, they move the chairs, they move everything out the way, and then they have a zombie apocalypse airsoft day where there's loads of lads run around with airsoft guns and shoot each other, and then they brush the pellets up, and then that night they'll have an investigation.
It's a good day out.
Yeah, imagine they can't investigate at night, then pick up a gun and go and shoot your mate for being a zombie, then put the gun down and investigate. No, it's kind of, you look at it and you think, as a building goes, it's getting battered and bruised as it is. And
but do you not think that might help things, though? As an investigator, like put your investigator's head on, right? Forget all your tech and all the rest of it. Just as an investigator, do you not think that doing stuff like that could encourage activity?
No.
Why?
Not at all. Put it this way, you look at a place like an orphanage, right?
No. Forget the orphanage and things like that. Why not?
Why would not stir up activity? Why would not stir up anything? Well, okay, if you're going there and you're actively looking for something, right, and you could be from point A, you could be the only way point A could speak to point B, right? And then a couple of hours later, loads of people are running around with false weapons. Okay, could that be a bit of a problem? Yeah, okay. What happens if you're fearful of the person pointing a camera at you and the next minute someone runs past you with a gun?
No, I don't mean while they're there, you clown. What I'm saying is, like if we went to Daresbury Hall, right? Because I know that's where one place where they do that. They have the airsoft nights, and they also allow people like us to go in and have a mooch. You know, so it's one of them.
Okay.
Could it cross over, so you've got all that activity going on with the airsofting and things like that, people running around putting BBs into each other's faces and things like that, you know, so you're getting all that positive energy built up, aren't you?
Yeah.
So why would that not stir up?
Well, if you're talking energy side of things, then
it's because, well, let's face it, it is what it is, isn't it? It is energy. So why would it not draw off that?
My personal opinion, I disagree. I disagree myself.
No, you're wrong.
Kate, where do you stand?
Gary. Yeah, what about you, Kate?
What about you, Kate? We'll have job there.
Okay, repeat that again. I'm sorry.
For Christ's sake. No.
That's all right. Go back to sleep, son.
Gary, no. I was awake, Dad. I was getting long story. I'll tell you later.
Were you just hiding behind your lower third eating biscuits and
bottom
burgers?
bottom line, what I'm thinking of right now is, why do the Charlie thing, Mo, if it's supposedly demonic and you looked at the thing as being demonic on the floor?
because my kids are evil anyway. What's the word?
Well, no, that was a question coming from the chat room.
Right, I'm going to. The way I look at it, right, is I totally and utterly disbelieve in it, right, and I disbelieve in this. I mean, are you okay if we talk about the Charlie challenge a second, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, what it is, apparently it summons a Mexican demon or whatever that.
Charlie,
whatever. I mean, it's Charlie, man. I'm going to clean your swimming pool, man. Yeah, no, it's embarrassing, right? Nevertheless, right, if you could base it on anything, right, and you base it on science or you base it on engineering or physics or anything like that, and you've got a weighted pencil with a rubber on one end, the pencil's going to try its hardest to push it. Aaron, if you're loading up Google effects, you can sod off.
I was looking for a sombrero. I was going to stick that on with a dodgy moustache. I could have been Charlie.
Yeah, but, right, my opinion, right, and I'm not even going to lie to you now, it's on a table here right next to me, right, it has not moved, and it has not moved in, let's see, 66 minutes.
But
That's because you haven't asked it anything.
You gotta ask it a question, dude. It's like a Ouija board.
I get you. You want me to talk to pieces of wood?
Point your camera down at this little bit of paper and your little girl's pencils.
You really want me to talk. Do you know what, right?
I just want you to get possessed.
No.
It'd be great.
Right?
You're getting fooled by the dog.
If it's okay with you, at 11 o'clock, we're going to set up this Charlie challenge, okay? Are you cool with that, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be alright with it. It's not him who's going to get possessed.
Yeah.
No, it's him. Gary, if you ask questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's in your
I'll ask the questions.
Senior Gary's going to tear it up.
Here's the first question. Would it sound as cool and would as many kids run around doing it if the name of the game was I had them run around and say, I'm a big fat stupid idiot?
Oh my god. Why wasn't it called Manuel? It could be, couldn't it? Oh my god.
I've never heard of a Mexican dude called Charlie. Never.
Clearly.
No, I've heard the marching powder from there though. That's
you have to brought cocaine into it. Oh my god.
Chupacabra? I don't know.
Yeah. Me no understand.
El Mariachi. Antonio Banderas.
There is a question that I have had through off Ed Becker. Also, Tom Ross says hi to you, Gary.
Hey.
Ed Becker, he's asked, have you ever had to give a message to a living family member?
Yes. Yeah, I had. I passed a message from a grandfather on to a granddaughter, just because she was.
It's just me, isn't it?
It's not. I know what it is. There you go.
Yeah, I felt it was the grandfather.
It is.
And I cut out again, didn't I?
Yeah. You did, yeah.
It's Charlie, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Take your mic off, mate.
Oh my god. Blame my pencil.
Yes, to answer your question, yes, I passed a message from a grandfather to a granddaughter on one time, which made her feel safe in her house because she felt it was her grandfather there. But that's the one time I've been able to do that, and that felt good because the main reason I do this is to help people and make them feel safe and empowered in their house.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot of people find comfort from it. I mean, I know me auntie, when my nan passed away 2 years ago, she was absolutely devastated, as we all were. She was absolutely devastated, and she started going to see a medium. She's been to see the same one a handful of times, and I've been to see this medium as well, and she's on the button with everything.
Is this what I think it is?
Julie Ball. Yeah, she's absolutely on the button with everything. She's a legend. She's a fantastic lady, and she has got a gift. But
and Pepsi, she always brings Pepsi.
You know, and she's always, as I say, my auntie's been to see her now a handful of times, and the comfort that's brought to my auntie is not short of miraculous, because we've tried all kinds. To try and give her some sort of, not closure as such, but to try and comfort her in certain ways and things like that. And even down to, she got a new bathroom fitted not so long ago, about 2 months ago, and she didn't tell anybody outside the family, and she went to see Julie the day after it was fitted. She's not on Facebook or anything like that either. So, and she turned around, she said, your mum and dad have said they'd like the new bathroom. She was like, oh, you were? Nobody else knew.
There's very few psychics and mediums that I've come across that I feel are legit. I think it's a very small percentage. I know a couple. We have one on our team, Elena. The first time I met her, she said she called me by a nickname that I haven't used since I was 6 years old. It's not on social media anywhere. Nobody in my family knows it. And I said, "How do you know that?" And she said, "Your grandfather was here and he told it to me."
What was it?
That I can't say.
Yeah,
It's embarrassing.
Come
It's
on.
embarrassing.
Come on.
I mean,
come on.
Kate,
I will say that I will say this. It's a character on Gilligan's Island. We'll leave it at that.
Skipper.
That's before.
Damn it!
We lock minds, Gary.
Guys, just a quick one. You guys at Gilligan's Island, we had Captain Pugwash. Aaron, Captain Pugwash. Name one of the characters.
Captain Pugwash.
Do you want me to name one character for you?
Plug.
Seaman Staines.
Oh, dear me.
Don't
Your
you remember?
mouth.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Stop turning things.
Oh.
Come on. Be
I
sensible.
know.
So running into psychics that you can find that are legit is pretty amazing. I know of two for sure that I can say I feel are legit. Elena, and then Scotty Rorick is a friend of mine that it does amazing work with helping people.
Have you had any of these celebrity mediums approaches in any way to try and come with his own investigations and things like that?
We've had offers, not necessarily celebrity mediums, but mediums in the local area that are trying, you can tell, to just totally want to build their business.
Yeah.
And we pretty much say, no, we're good. In fact, our psychic, she'll go and she'll walk the property before we go in. She'll write everything down that she's sensing and feeling, puts it in a sealed envelope, gives it to our group founder, Chris Goskowski, and then she becomes a regular investigator for the rest of the night. And she uses equipment and everything, and at the end of the night, when we do evidence review, we compare our results to hers. And more often than not, it's amazing how much it lines up.
So, you're having a medium with you on investigations, although, as you just said, once she's done a walk around and whatnot, she's just strictly an investigator.
She's just a regular,
Has she ever asked to intervene in anything like that before? Because, obviously, some of these places you're going to, they could have really negative energies flying around. And has she ever turned down to somebody and said, "Listen, do not go in that room. You cannot go in there, but you can. You're all right, but you cannot go in there."
Yeah, we have a fairly decent sized group, and there's a couple of us, Adam Anderson and myself, that she calls the paranormal blockers, because it seems like when there's negative energy and he and I go into the room, it dissipates it or sends it into another room. Yeah. So she always said, we're kind of like the front line of defense. We kind of swim room first if she's feeling negative about it.
Yeah.
Do you think
and I don't know. It's probably this ugly mug that's chasing her away.
Do you think that? That comes with what you do for a living? I don't mean with proof. I'm talking with your Air Force and with the Air Force and things like that. Do you think that's a vibe they pick up on?
I think probably. I think we all have special skill sets. Ed Bogrowski from our team, who you guys have had on before, has real kind of empathetic abilities. So he's, that's his skill set. And mine evidently is just to chase the nasties away.
So you're like the bouncer, in effect.
Yes, the paranormal bouncer. Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Well, we've got a paranormal bouncer in you, and we've got a paranormal crash test dummy in me. So
I'm a tea lady.
And Morris. Well, no, we can't. We sacked one lad from being the can lad, the tea boy, because he dropped coffee all over the place.
He stood in a McDonald's and dropped 7 coffees on the floor in front of the cleaner, and the cleaner looked at him as if
he finished cleaning the floor.
She looked like she wanted to shoot him.
We've now hired Morris as the new can lad. But yeah, Kate, you've done places like the Paw tunnels and Lent Mansion and places like that. I mean, normally you go out on your own, don't you?
No, I'll go out with somebody. I went out with different people, especially when I go out to Missouri. I go out with Lynette, who was part of 2 paranormal groups, or I'll go out when I was earlier before I met Lynette. I was going out doing battlegrounds. I'd go into old places where I just shouldn't be, where I'd get chased off after a while. But I'd go with full. But I'd go. It's like brick and ladder. We call it, Gary, brick and ladder investigation. Yeah. In my area, it's got to be brick and ladder unless you're doing a private home, due to the fact and getting an insurance coverage here it's a nightmare. So, I mean, if you do it, you're fine up to a point, like in Gettysburg. We've picked up, I've heard some stuff up in Gettysburg, disembodied voices, that actually were picked up on a couple recorders. We had about 4 recorders at Devil's Den, and we were way up in the woods away from everybody, and picked up stuff like that. I do that in any chance I can get. But right now, since they brought me in, these guys brought me in, I'm trying to get it together a little bit more, but finding the right people to trust.
That's the hard part.
It's huge. To me, means the world, because if I can't have them watch my back, you know, and I'm watching their back, I'm spending all my time using my gear, because I can outfit a team and a half with all the gear I have, and I'm not watching their back. You know, I'm watching their back, and they're screwing around, running around, just being idiots, you know, and it's just like, I'm really just got to find someone I can trust, you know.
Trust is
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You know, I've been blessed. The 3 groups that I belong, this is huge. The 3 groups that I've belonged, I've been really blessed because they've very much been a second family, you know, and I know there's nothing they wouldn't do for me. Yeah, so you got to have that, especially when you're wandering around in the dark. I'd like to know that if I fall and hurt myself, that they're going to be there and not run the other way because I made a big noise and they got scared.
See, now that's something that myself, as the lead investigator for the UK side of things, that's something I insist on, you know, and it's for safety more than anything, not just yours, but you know, whoever you're with. I don't think you should ever go too far on your own, especially if some of these places are brick and ladder, you know, and you know, it boils down to it all when you've got to have somebody with you on the off chance that you do fall down a great big hole and split your head open.
Well, we've been to places where there's been like 11-foot gaps in the floor to like ventilation systems, and we've been stopped on the second. And you think you just don't want to put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Telephone.
So, go ahead, sorry, Aaron, I interrupted.
Gary's being muted there, why?
Gary's learned how to mute himself. There we go.
Oh, you muted you.
Yeah, give me just 1 sec.
Yeah, go on, bud. But yeah, you know, I mean, Morris, how long were we inactive for as a group? You know, before we actually got the team that we've got together now. I mean, no offense to Kate, I'm just talking strictly UK side.
Kate's looking at his hamburger, don't worry. I'd say about 18 months.
Don't go there, man. Don't go there.
18 months. It was 18 months we were quiet for.
Wasn't far off 2 years, was it? You know, all right.
How many did you guys start off with, like, originally when you guys first won? This is for my interest too.
Me and
how many? It was just you and Aaron, basically.
Yeah.
And then how it started? It was hilarious how it started. It was literally, do you want to go and check out this weird little cave thing? Yeah, let's go. Have you got a torch? Yeah, I've got a torch. You got a torch? Yeah.
I've got a flash on my phone. Yeah. But no, it's one of them. You do have to have a good group behind you, because I mean, we have had reliability issues in the past, and it's affected us massively, because that 18 months to 2 years where we'd done zero investigating, you know, it was, you know, it gets to a point where you do become disenchanted with it all, and it's like, you know, your motivation goes, and then Boris is phoning me saying, listen, you know, there's 2 people here who we both know.
But would you be willing, Aaron? Would you be willing, Aaron, now to do private residences with Mo?
I've been willing to do private.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm just out of curiosity, because you and I haven't really discussed this before. Because you know, we always talk about history and different locations, but private residences. I mean, would you got enough people with you and Mo to trust to actually bring in somewhere?
I'm comfortable now with the guys we've got. I'm comfortable now to say to 2 of them, do you guys want to deal with it while we do what we're doing, or while we've got something else we could do, and as opposed to turn up with 7 people and scaring them.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but it gets very cyclical out here for us. So we'll go through where we've got people calling us constantly to do residentials. We've had 2 investigations on the same night, which thankfully we have a group of about 10 or 11, so we can split it and still be effective. And then you run into your dry spells where, you know, I'm calling around to places historical places saying, hey, you mind if we come investigate? And we do that, one, for the camaraderie, and two, to keep our skills sharp. But yeah, it ebbs and flows for us.
Yeah. It's weird how it works. I mean, especially since we've been doing this, since we've been on air, whether it's been through the way we're doing it now, whether it's been through the way we moved on Blog Talk Radio, we'd get contacted quite a lot with people saying, especially running the groups that we've got. I've had people send me pictures of a scratch on their arm, and they've been, well, I'm haunted, or the house is haunted. Well, why do you think that? Because I woke up with the scratches.
Yeah,
okay.
You don't itch through the night, do you?
Yeah,
you
don't sleep. You don't sleep.
You don't roll over on the cat, do you? You know.
Yeah. So that's the worst part. Is unfortunately, it's a fine line when you investigate a place. It's a fine line between going in there to catch something, to set up a load of equipment to catch something, or just go there and all you're doing is you're massaging the ego of somebody who watched a bit too much Ghost Adventures.
I mean, well, I always go in to try and disprove a haunting. Every case I go on, I try to find a logical explanation. So that's my goal, because otherwise I feel like I'm beholden to the landlord, to the tenant, to tell them what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. And it's been my experience that, I would say 90 to 95% of the calls I've gone on in my entire career, I can find a logical reason for what's going on that I don't consider paranormal. Yeah. And just real quick, you guys had a guest on a couple weeks ago that said they didn't think that cryptids and UFOs were paranormal. I would respectfully disagree with that, and let me tell you why. My definition of paranormal is anything above the normal. So if there is an 8-foot monkey that's the world hide-and-seek champion running around through the forest in North America that's not supposed to be there, that's paranormal, whether he exists or not. That's paranormal. And if there's little green aliens or ALFs or whatever, that's paranormal.
Alf's good people.
I like Alf.
Alf's good people. I like
Alf's
that.
Good people. I love Alf.
Not people, is he?
Gary, you crossed the line there. I'm just saying.
I love Alf. I hope if we do find alien life, they all look like and sound like Alf.
God, that'd be brilliant.
Okay, what does Alf stand for?
Alf. Does somebody get me a cornetto? I'm just saying. It could be anything. Alien life form. I nearly swore.
Alien life form.
Yeah, I mean, Kate, I was meant to. Sorry, it was. I was meant to tell you a couple of weeks ago. Got this little man crush on the GoPro fella, the GoPro owner.
Oh, hold on a second.
Founder.
What are you talking about?
The founder of GoPro.
What about it?
Well, this might make you a little bit sick. He handed over shares worth $230 to pay off a guy called Neil Dana, who we promised more than a decade ago to give 10% of all individual revenues to, if he made over a certain amount. If he made over a certain amount of money.
And how much did you give him?
I don't care.
$230 million. See, now, if you'd have gone to college, you could have had a slice of that.
I did go to college. I have a master's degree in education, dude. No, but I don't. It's not in math. It's in history.
Yeah, and I got one of those as well. I collected 10 packets of crisp and got mine in the post the other day.
Yeah, you're also a qualified demonologist because I made you a certificate.
Oh, whatever, dude. I quit teaching, dude, because of the demonology.
We just touched on it.
Now I teach it.
Well, you can get a bachelor's degree in paranormal studies now online. So as soon as I get my certificate to marry people, that's next on my list.
No, hang on. There's a way you can marry people. What is it? Oh, you can if you. Oh crap! What is it? Not prison guard, but there's somebody who can actually legally marry people in America, and it's something. It's like a mad job. No,
Elvis. Yeah, I mean, who else?
Boat captains in Britain and America can marry people.
Yeah, boat captains can do it. Yeah, there's a bunch of different people.
But I've got a 27-inch remote control boat. If you two want to get married, I can arrange it for you, Dan and Kurt. It's not a problem. I can do it now. Are you busy? Gary, you're a witness to this. Adam, you take Kurt to be your
bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm Butch. I'm all Butch. I'm Butch.
Oh, they like that. You're not son. Sorry, mate. Come on, let's.
It had to go to that. It had to go to that.
So you know what you were saying to do with like the majority of the calls you've been out on, you've always found a logical explanation.
Yes.
I mean, I spoke to one guy. He inboxed me on Facebook about a year or so ago, and he asked me opinion on something. So I was chatting to him back and forth for about 3 weeks to do with this thing. In the end, I said, "Look, give me your phone number and I'll ring you." I phoned him up, and you could hear him. He was having a cigarette at the time, I said to him, are you smoking there? He went, oh yeah, you know, bit of herbal in the morning. And you're like, okay, fair enough. So what you're telling me is that this flat of yours is supposedly haunted.
Oh, God.
You know, you're sitting there smoking weed first thing in the morning till last thing at night. Do you not think it's the hallucinogenic that you're smoking that's making you think that you've got a haunted flat? So he stopped smoking weed for 2 weeks. Guess what? His flat wasn't haunted. No.
Oh, dear me.
And he based that on solely because he drank something and not realised he drank it.
No hypno, possibly. Right, just to move swiftly on, Gary, right, could you do us a favour? Can you now, I know it's 11:05, I know you're with us till past, but I've got something set up now, so is it possible that you can plug your show which is starting and when it's starting for me, please?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called Unlocking the Unknown Radio, and it's going to start up on June 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern here in the States. So I know that's middle of the night for you guys over there, but it will be available on demand shortly thereafter, each one. And you know, I'm looking to bring in guests from all aspects of the paranormal, whether they be believers, skeptics, or people on the fence. I want to talk about ghosts because obviously I believe they exist. I want to talk about cryptids. I want to talk about UFOs. Anything that, like I said, is paranormal. I want to get all different types of aspects because I love talking to skeptics because I think sometimes skeptics are great. They ask the questions that sometimes we forget to ask. So I like being challenged by skeptics.
With that clearly and the encounter you had as a child, you're not skeptical, are you?
No, I'll lay it out for you. I believe in spirits. I 100% believe in spirits. I believe in the possibility of certain cryptids simply because, you know, you look at the thousands of reports from hundreds of years through a lot of credible witnesses. Statistics say they can't all be misdiagnoses or people making stuff up. You know, and there have been creatures like the Okampi and the you know, the giant squid that people thought were quote unquote, you know, mythical creatures and stuff that they've been finding. So I firmly believe there are parts of this world that man have not gone in enough that there could be things there.
That said, then I'm going to ask you something now. It's, you know, you're in the US Air Force, Roswell. Yeah, you're nice.
This is my personal opinion of Roswell.
I'd like to apologise to Steve Foy on this one as well because I know this is mainly his territory because it is quite a bit of a conspiracy theory.
Now, I'll preface this by saying this is not the United States Air Force's view on it. This is my personal Gary Fisher opinion. I don't think there were aliens there. I think Roswell and Area 51, even up to current day, is where they test the new super secret fighters and things like that. And that's been proven that some of these things that were considered UFOs back in the day were the SR-71 Blackbird in its test stage, the stealth bomber in its test phase. That's my personal opinion. I have no knowledge of it because I don't have enough of a security clearance to even get near that place. But that's what I truly believe. If they're gonna do experimentation and create these things, they got to do it in a place where people aren't going to be. And what better way to keep people from figuring out what the truth is by throwing a cover story out there? Or if people come up with these, I think it's aliens. Well, yeah, let's just go with that. It's aliens.
Yeah, it's a smoke and mirrors tactic, isn't it? It
puts them down the wrong path. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But on a side topic for that, you know, you've got like people who've been who've had that type of clearance, who've been in the forces in the past. They've come out and said, well, no, this is definitely what it is. I can prove it, and they've shown whatever kind of documents, or photograph that they've supposedly taken, and they could be quite high up in the US Armed Forces, but isn't there some sort of official secrets act over there that you've got to sign? And if there is, how does that go? Are you bound to that for the rest of your days?
There's many different levels of security clearances. I have a basic secret for my job, so there are things that I'm privy to that I can't share with the general public, but there are things that are above my security clearance that I have no knowledge of. It's my understanding, my personal understanding, there's probably things the president doesn't have a security clearance for.
Yeah. So, don't they? They asked the question to Bill Clinton, like 93, and they were asking him questions about it, because the first thing he done when he got into power was he said, listen, I want all disclosure files or non-disclosed files on any UFO activity, give me it. And they were like, but there is none. And he's like, there is. They go, no. And he said, I think he said it slightly off camera, but it was here. And he was meant to have said, when somebody asked him about it, he said, listen, guys, all I can tell you is there's a government in the government, and just moved away from it.
Yeah.
You've got people like it, and you've got Edgar Mitchell, I think his name is, the sixth man on the moon. And he came up and he said, I saw things up there which were creepy. I saw lights up there that shouldn't have been there. And he literally just went, sound, good luck going off the space program.
To play devil's advocate with that, Mo, there's people that believe that moon landing was faked and they never actually went up there.
Yeah,
so
no, I agree.
It's all in what you believe. I would consider the people from. I would consider the people from Roswell that say they had seen these things. I can't say I don't believe them. I can't say I do. It's kind of like the Bigfoot witnesses. Yeah, some of them are very credible, but until I see a body or something more substantial than just a footprint, I'm not going to say it exists, but I'm not going to say it doesn't exist because the things I have seen at least point to it possibly existing.
Yeah, I mean,
on that side of things, then, sorry, Morris, on that side of things, let's just be a bit hypothetical, right? Let's say Roswell was where they had alien bodies and things like that, and these people have come out and said what they've said, and they've shown all their proof, So, to do with national clearance and things like that, I know even once you've left the armed forces, you're not really supposed to mention an awful lot, are you? Especially if it's something like that. So
depends on your job. Yeah.
Why have these people not been taken to task by the government and things like that? You see it on films where CIA and national security burst through the door and they put the latest weapons straight inside their heads, and it's like, you shouldn't be saying stuff like this. Shut your mouth, and they get all kinds of warnings off these spooks, and you never hear about this again.
Conspiracy theories, unfortunately, aren't my thing. They're not my area of expertise. I will say that my personal experience is a lot of conspiracy theories have at least a grain of truth in them somewhere.
Oh yeah, even a lie's got 5% truth in it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I look at it this way: if aliens do exist and they were at Roswell, I'm going to thank the government because we probably have smartphones because of it today.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. At least that's where we know what Apple came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Max, go on. Start with what you were saying now, mate, sorry.
No, you totally threw me off rack, mate. I can't even remember what I was going to say.
You were doing Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah, you were doing Charlie.
Charlie moving?
Whip your camera around, son, and start asking some questions.
The pencil's spinning like a lunatic, guys.
Let's have a look then.
Well, let's see the lyric. Let's see the what's it called, dude?
Listen, there's no point in saying that, and you can't prove it.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
I don't believe him either.
I think it's a conspiracy.
Is the pencil leaving a footprint?
Is it really spinning though, Mo? Is it really spinning?
Yeah, doing victory laps.
Dude, where's your camera that you have on?
Then you clown. Show people what.
Come on, you muppet. Let's get it going.
This is on one of my advertisements. You can't do this kind of thing to me, lads. Seriously, turn your camera
down. I want to see this. I want to see this.
Oh, he's wearing stockings and suspenders. That's why he's not doing it.
I'll put my pants back on.
Oh, he's got suspenders. These braces, right?
Oh my.
No, he's wearing nothing. That's why he doesn't want to turn it around.
Yeah, kind of open.
You were just going to get ass crack right on the screen.
Get that anyway when he's looking at the camera.
Business up top, party down below.
Yeah.
He doesn't want us to see his Alf underoos.
He's sitting there playing with the song.
That's what it is. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get it loaded up and I'll leave you to
watch. I'll show you what to do. Right? See what's happening here. I'm turning that to what.
How does that happen, Mo? Well, Aaron, how did that happen?
It's weird. I've got this special tool, right? Well, two of them.
What does it do? Right? What does it do with your camera?
It grabs it, and it's able to do this like a pivot motion. I can also hold a pen and I can make a funny, weird.
Okay.
With my hands, and this is what happens.
Right? Shut up.
Right. That's what happens. These funny shapes come out. It's madness. It truly is.
You're full of negativity, you today, aren't you?
No, I want to see the pencil spinning. That's what I
do want to see it spinning like Linda Blair's head, dude. Come on.
I'm not doing it myself. I'm leaving you alone. You aren't being good to me.
You're not being good to the people who are supposed to be watching this.
Yeah, don't you have? Yeah, exactly. Because you have it all advertised, and they can't see it.
It's done. Shut up.
It's false advertising.
I think it's false
sued.
advertising, dude. It's false advertising, Aaron. You're right on that.
Your
He's
face
getting
is false
sued.
We didn't
advertising.
even end up.
Yeah, whatever you mean.
Shut
You
up.
love it.
Yeah,
You need a haircut,
He's
dude.
going
You need a
to
haircut.
destroy the country you're from, yeah? Okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever,
Here we
dude.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
Is it going? Is it spinning? Is it spinning?
Yes, with victory laps. It's doing absolute victory laps going around in circles.
Has the
and stuff
dog
like
got
that.
hold of it in its mouth?
What? Yeah, watch.
He knocked it over, probably. He probably knocked them both over on the ground.
Probably knocked the table over.
Yeah, tables. I hear the background.
The dog's going to be
Flying.
pencils. The dog's doing naughty things with pencils, guys.
No, for real though, it was actually spinning.
Yeah, victory laps all over the place. Clearly, can you see how much they've moved?
Yes,
Yeah, there we
yes,
go. We've got
yes.
pencils.
You're happy now? Look
Okay.
how far they've moved. See that? Hell nah. Not even no. Hell nah.
Oh, so you're messing with us, dude. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Still going, right?
I
Okay.
fell for it, dude. I fell for it. All right, fair enough. Fair
Cool.
enough. You got me.
Put
I got
the pencils
schooled.
on the screen. Put the picture of the pencils on the screen so everyone can see it instead of squinting.
Okay, what the hell do you call that? That's
It's
loaded
not
up,
on the-
right?
it's
Okay.
not on the screen. Your face keeps popping up.
Okay, it shouldn't be, right? Everybody who's outside this can actually see it, you noob, right? So, anyway, there you go. The pencils are not moving. They're not moving. You swore, thank you. Right, they're not moving, okay? Start asking questions, right? I'm going to go for UK first. Ask it a question. You've got to start it with Charlie.
Okay. Does Mo really like women? Does
No,
Mo really
you've got
like
to
women?
start it off by asking if he's there, haven't you?
Charlie, are you there? Do I wear underwear?
Hang on. There is a slight problem here.
My
I don't think the
accent?
pencils can hear you because
Yes,
the
they can.
earphones are still
I
in
can't
motion.
see him though.
Yes,
I can
they
barely
can.
see him.
You can. If you look closely, actually no, not even points, looking closely, to the right-hand side, to the left-hand side of the screen, there's a tablet on the stand there. It's connected, there's audio there, so go for
Okay,
it. Knock
okay.
yourselves out.
Charlie, are you there? Does Aaron even really care?
I didn't ask you to do it in a rhyme.
Who cares?
What the hell?
Who cares? It might be
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay, it's turned into vanilla ice.
No, shut up, man. I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. Now I'm going to get
Charlie,
Come on, let's have a go.
Charlie.
Gary,
Aaron, I want Aaron go or Gary.
Right there. Charlie, stop, collaborate and listen. Oh my god. Can't you start us something now?
go on, Gary, you go, mate.
All right, Charlie, are you there? Do I like green eggs and ham?
Why is the pencil gone to yes?
It's moved over a little bit. It actually has it?
No.
Mo's house is on an incline.
I'm looking at his. His house is uneven. Okay, I can see that.
Charlie, are you there? Will you possess Mo?
Please.
Pretty please.
I'll buy you a trip with Aaron to Disneyland. I swear, Disney World. I swear to God. I want to see Mo's head twist in circles.
Oh God, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be forever, dude. We would be just famous. And Gary, we'd
The
all be.
pencils have gone.
Uh-oh, they ran away.
We spun that quick. The pencils have gone. Right, so I can safely say that that's been
Destroyed.
destroyed.
Debunked.
Yeah.
Oh no, do you know what? Right, I had so much hope in that honestly working.
So did I. I wanted to see your head spin.
But supposedly they say teenagers are able to do it where adults aren't. I've been reading more articles on it.
What are you doing reading teen magazines again?
There was a
Dude, shut up, man. Great. But don't start that rumor. Just
there was a thing in one of the papers today. That, I think funny enough, I think they were Mexicans. They done the Charlie challenge, and one of them says, and I'll quote this: "She felt a gush of wind fly through her, and she was pretty certain that it was Charlie trying to rape her."
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, on
And
the
then
same
not only that,
subject,
but then you've also got two of her mates saying the exact same thing.
How old was she?
I don't know. I don't care.
Was it in Gatesburg?
You probably read the article 100 times.
Did it happen in Maryland?
Katie.
Yeah, Curdy, are you there? That's great. Yeah, there
Oh
you go.
my god, that's embarrassing.
But no,
Abuse, Gary,
it's-
see what I get, Gary? The abuse I get on air.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
There you go.
it happens.
The
It's all fun
independent
though.
abuse.
It's a good time.
The
I don't
They're
know.
independent,
just mad. They're just mad because they lost the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
War of
no, here we
1812.
go.
They
I
couldn't
wasn't even
they
alive. I
couldn't
don't care.
The War of 1812 was even. They got a slap from a wee little nation like us. You
Who
guys got
started that war?
slapped. You guys did impressing our sailors. Basically, that's the history of most of it. They're impressing the sailors. We'd send privateers out to raid British trading
Okay,
boats.
so the important question here is, did you shoot the uniform?
I wasn't alive either, dude.
No,
I don't
whatever.
care.
Both
Kid,
I know
Kid,
history. That's about it.
when are you guys going to give the Indians the land back? I'm just going to ask you that question and leave it there.
As soon as you get out of Ireland, you prick.
Oh, just for anybody who's listening, this isn't going to podcast. Apple's going to beat me up. Oh my god. It
Sorry.
scares me.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh,
I do apologize for that one.
Do you know what? All I keep doing is I keep looking at Gary's
They
camera
knew
and
it
Gary
was
looks...
going to be me. Everybody said they knew it was going to be me that messed it up. And it did. I just chose. Sorry, Mo. Mo, my apologies. That whole time, I had to do that.
I'm looking at Gary's camera and Gary just looks like he's emotionless to what's going on at the moment. I realise camera's closed.
I'm gonna get a Facebook message. Don't ever ask me to come on this fucking show again.
No, this has been great. This is awesome.
Although
I think the United Nations are on the other line. They want to talk to you guys.
I know we got to sit down for friendly about listen.
Just for future reference, is there a distinctive noise to a Reaper drone? Because I could keep hearing this weird noise just outside ours.
That's just the kids on the scrambler bikes, mate. Don't worry about that.
What's a scrambler bike?
It's like a little crosser.
Okay.
Bike.
Dirt bike. Whatever weird name you give it, which is not English.
So Gary,
doesn't matter.
trying to get back. We'll try and get back on track here.
All right.
You know, we've spoken quite a lot over the last few weeks. How hard was it to get yourself sorted with your new radio show that's coming up?
You know, you got to decide obviously on a name. Make sure nobody's taking it. I wanted Beyond the White Noise, but I heard some pricks had that already. So
Yeah, who came up with that?
Who could that be? That wasn't. Wow.
You are aware that most people from Liverpool are thieves.
Yeah, people from Maryland are great too. I mean, they really care.
But then you got to decide, if you want a graphic. So you had to work on that, and then just deciding what day and time to do it, and then getting people to commit. Like you said, trying to go. You can go like a month out, but beyond that, and you're saying, hey, 8 weeks from now, what are you doing on a Wednesday night at 10 o'clock? And it's like, it's been a little difficult, but
see, that was the problem we faced for myself, wasn't it? Because it's such a time. Over here, I think it's like wakes up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was trying to figure weekends people are out doing things, so
we just to make everybody aware of what.
Probably wasn't a good time.
Just to make everyone aware that.
Yep, that's
graphic, it. This is what it actually looks like. And, do you know what? I quite like that.
Oh, that's very cool. That is
two guys from my group, Ed Bogrowski, who you guys had on, and Adam Anderson, helped me design that.
That's way cool.
Can I just ask?
I gave him the concept, and that's what they
coming out. Who came up with the idea with the light coming out of the keel?
That actually was kind of my idea because I wanted to see the truce on the other side and it's busting through.
Yeah, man.
Originally that wasn't there, and that's the one thing I can say I put in there was the light there.
That's the bit that really caught my eye, to be fair.
Would you go as far as saying that the key is going beyond white? No, sorry, I can't go there.
The white light. Beyond the white light. There we go.
There you go.
Beyond the white light. I should have thought of that.
Yeah, I also own that name.
No, I mean that's what caught my eye about the graphic there, and
that is so cool though.
It is. It's a good one. We come up with a TV with white dots on it.
No, we never.
I think you win that one, Gary.
It never happened like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think Gary, you got that one, but
so
maybe Gary, we're gonna be hitting your guy. Maybe we're gonna be hitting you guys up for a little bit of hey, hook us up a little bit. Beyond the White Noise. What can you do?
We might even be asking if we can. We might even be asking if we can help you out presenting because so far I think after tonight we're getting canned.
Yeah. No, do you know what? I am gonna keep riding this till it sinks.
Stop
Captain going down with the ship, man. Kind of like that. I'll go down with you.
Bug wash.
I'm gonna have to check the budget to see if I've got enough in there for 3 co-hosts.
Well, I'm quite easy myself. My wage isn't much. I'll just take a bag of Watsits and a curly whirly every month.
The one thing you got to watch out for though is if you got food in your fridge, Kate's gonna find it.
Oh, piss off,
Kate,
dude. I'd rather dude, you wait till you make me I want my cake, dude. I'm still waiting on my cake from you, dude. Because he made a cake, Aaron and Gary, and Natalie, his wife, was telling me about it, and it looked good.
My wife.
It might look good, but by the time it got from here to America, you'd have to shave it before you ate it.
No, I'll fly over there, break in his house. Because I know I won't get much time for jail time for breaking and entering in England, so I can do some time. And I'll make sure I break all the CCTV cameras out there, so there's no proof. You're just gonna have a blank DVR, and I'll be running away with the cake.
It's not a no. So how long was this in the planning for, Gary, to do with doing the radio show?
There's two things I've always wanted to do: investigate the paranormal, and I actually wanted to be in radio when I first became a young adult. But back then, it didn't pay enough. I had a family, so that's kind of how I ended up in the military instead. But I've always had an interest in doing radio. So I've seen other people do shows. Obviously, you guys, and I have some other friends that have shows. And I just thought, this is kind of an outlet for both of my things that I have a passion for.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. I mean, have you thought about going along the same lines as Good Morning Vietnam with this nice little wake-up call?
Well, I'm working on some intro music. Going to keep that under wraps for right now. It's top secret stuff, but it might surprise you.
It's not the X-Files, is it?
No, I'm trying to get Ray Parker to sign me over Ghostbusters, so we're in the negotiation stage.
You score that, man. You're awesome. You're way ahead of the game.
Yeah, if you can get that, I will quit BTWN. I will hop on the next plane with a little handbag on and everything, and I'll just come and live over there on the base with you.
Oh, he'll be living in a wheel well. He'll be flying over to wheel well. Don't let him lie to you.
I wouldn't even be doing that. I'd be holding on to the back end of the motor, giving it like, don't fall.
Yeah, you're going down. No, that.
It's all right, because by then I'd be well in with the lads in the US Air Force. I'll just get them to strike. Who cares?
Oh yeah, that's great, man. Then move in my apartment. I know you do that. I know you're evil, man. Troll. Evil.
We are literally coming to the end of the show. We've got about 2 minutes left. So what we're going to do is we're going to start wrapping stuff up. So
okay, so Gary, on that note, mate, let us know what date are you starting off.
Yeah, it's going to be June 24th. It's probably going to be on Blog Talk. But just look for Unlocking the Unknown Radio on Facebook, and I'm going to keep everybody updated on there. And real quick, if I could plug a couple other things. My group Proof every year, I know Ed talked about this before, does a cancer benefit called Paranormal Kicks Cancer. Yes. And the address for that is www.paranormalkickscancer.org. And it's we go every year and we try to get signed merchandise by para-celebrities and stuff donated, and then we have an auction, and all the money goes to the Base Children's Camp here in Florida for kids with cancer.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then Adam Anderson in my group and Chris Goskowski, our founder, and myself has started a new charity. It's still in the developmental stage. Adam is a former Marine, and obviously I'm active duty Air Force, and it's going to involve us taking wounded warriors out on investigations to see if we can get them interested in the paranormal. So that's still in the formative stage right now, but be on the lookout for that. Our group's address is www.flghost.com.
Yeah.
And just check it out there. That'll have all the updates. And again, just check out Unlocking the Unknown Radio on Facebook, and June 24th is the kickoff. And I look forward to talking to you guys when the situation's a little bit reversed down the road.
Oh, cool. No, I look forward to it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's. I tell you what, that's going to be strange, isn't it? Especially more for you, Kate and Morris. I've been on the other side of it, where I've been the interviewee.
You have been the interviewee. I remember that.
Whereas you two, I think you're going to be like rabbits in a headlight, and I can't wait to watch.
Something happened, right? And I don't know if you remember this, Kate. I'm not going to mention any names in case the individuals listening to this.
Yes,
I once got interviewed by somebody. And I flipped it on them, and I just started interviewing them. I was just literally, you just want to hear shit, and they were asking me questions, and I went, just give me a second, can I ask you a question? And they were like, yeah, okay. And I was like, so what do you do? And before I knew it, I'd asked them about 9 questions. I'd asked them about 9 questions, and my wife's sitting there in the corner, and she's going, that was not right. You shouldn't have done that. I'm like,
Yeah, well, half the
yeah.
time, every time you'd be interviewed by a certain show, you'd be in the green room with me, and I was part of the
my
show.
God, that was funny. We spent more time in the green room. We had our own show. It was brilliant.
Yeah, we'd end up in the green room. We'd both be in the green room going like, this kind of sucks. And
we've missed the trick here.
Yeah.
That's what we should have called the group. But no, listen, Gary, thanks very much for coming on, mate. We'll send me over the links for the chat for both the charities. Obviously, once one's up and running properly, we'll start putting them out as well. Let me know when you've got something sorted for the radio show. We'll start plugging that for you. And anything else we can do in that sense, we will try and push things through for you and get it done.
If you can get them over to me sooner rather than later, I mean, as soon as you possibly can, get them put into the show notes for the podcast, which is going to get loaded up in about 10 minutes.
Definitely,
so
yeah.
It'll all be there for you. But again, as Adam's just said, thank you very much. And guys, thanks from me, thanks from Kate, thanks from Adam. It's been a great show, and we're going to have to go and find a new provider because I think YouTube's going to boot us off.
We'll go to 18. Remember, they've jacked you to 18 years old.
Yeah, I'm not jacking no 18-year-old. Goodbye, guys.
Oh, I know. So we've actually got an explicit rating now.
There is one though out there if you want it.
So we could say fuck.
No.
Well, it's been a pleasure being you guys' final guest then, if that's the case.
Yeah, Gary, play taps. Gary, have somebody play taps for us, please. That or Amazing Grace, one of the two.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
See you again. And look forward to seeing us all on Unlocking the Unknown when we actually end up with Gary because we've been booted off this. Thanks, guys. Bye now. See you later.
Good night, guys. Thanks so much.
Gary.
Have a good one.
Bye.